we all want to go to Vienna, or we all want to go to that magical place, the place where our heart is at home, the place where our soul is free, where we delight in every moment. And that is our destiny. Right here on this earth even, not just in the far off future. It really is our destiny to be so at home in our very being that when we look around, we see love in every face, and we give love to every being. I have been talking about the spiritual gifts from the Bible, from 1 Corinthians. I just want to read a little bit again. 1 Corinthians. Now there are varieties of gifts, but the same Spirit, the same God, the same being of light. There are varieties of services, but the same Lord. And there are varieties of activities, but it is the same God who activates all of them in everyone. To each is given the manifestation of the Spirit for the common good. So that's our Paul's letter entreating his people that these gifts of the Spirit are placed in each of us for the common good. And, I want to walk over to the lighted globe because I have to say that, I get this globe out to remind me to enfold the world in love right now. It's really a good time to keep enfolding the world in love. And, of course, we can send our love to places in the world, and yet where it is most important is for us to be loving right here, to start where we are in this moment, to start right here, and for you, that's right where you are, in this seat, in this room, and to hold ourself, to actually let our soul, our heart, open in this moment, even when hard and horrible things are happening in the world that go across our consciousness. It is vitally important for us to not shut down. That is our job and that is our mission. Today I wanted to keep looking at the gift of healing, as it says in Corinthians, gifts of healing by the one Spirit. So it is by the one Spirit through us. We're the flute. We are the vessel of the Spirit, the one Spirit that is all of us and in all of us. And to another, the working of miracles. And I wanted to talk about these things together. It is actually quite important that we remember our one power and one presence when we look at miracles and when we look at healing. Because when we look through the lens of one power and one presence everywhere present in my life, that means that miracles really are the natural order of things. That healing is the way the universe works when we have that vision, that unity truth. There is that beautiful song, the beautiful song of everything's a miracle, we hold that in our mind. And it has to be that way. When you have one power and one presence, when you really are living from that truth, then you see everything is a miracle. Because the loving consciousness comes from you. It comes from the Spirit within you. Whether it is our evolution to embody the Christ pattern, whether we are holding up the Buddha as our model, whether we are practicing compassion as Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion, whether we are remembering to be mindful in every moment, whatever we envision the pattern is, whatever we are emulating, it's that evolution of transformation that's going to make the difference. And it's absolutely critical that you start at the most, well, right now, because now is all we have, but also the next time it's really stinky. The next time you feel like you want to run. Do you ever want to run away from yourself? Whatever you're feeling, I don't even know, this is a beautiful day, and for some reason, I actually felt like that today. Had this moment of, I don't know what it was. It could have just been, I ate a lot of sugar yesterday. Could have been, I didn't sleep well. Who knows? But I had a moment of that wanting not to be in the present moment. Oh, I know. Part of what it was I remembered something. This is so I'm glad I remember this. I remembered something that I had done as a mother 20 years ago, and I felt sorrow over it. I remember thinking, oh, I wish I could do that over again, Wish I could start over again, get that 31-year-old back inside me as a baby. And that wanting to go away from that feeling. I mean, this is our work, people. Now, I know it happens to all of us all the time. This is our important work. To be present in all the moments of our day. This is the healing this is going to create healing, and this is going to create the miracles for you. I want you to remember that, and I'm going to let that piece of it go, like to embrace the uncomfortable. So you bear that in mind, to embrace the uncomfortable when we're sad or guilty or whatever. Embrace the uncomfortable, and also to create a beautiful space where healing can happen. So there's two things about healing. The two things. To not walk away from the uncomfortableness, and then to go ahead and consciously go for that unconditional love that is what we are aiming for. Unconditional love that heals all the time, always. When we're healing, it's always more powerful to bring about healing when we're not alone, when there's more than one person in the room. It's always more powerful. Because we bring ourselves up. We hold ourselves higher. So today we are going to create a healing space in this room for the next 12 minutes or so. We're going to create a healing space so that we get to experience healing and miracle. And my vision, and I know you will help me with this, is to do a few things that help us to create the consciousness of unconditional love that always heals together. And I also want to remember that love is so powerful that it might feel different to every person. Unconditional love will get in you and stir you up with a whisk. And I know often when I go to a healing service, sometimes I feel peaceful and loving and wonderful, and sometimes I feel a little agitated. So I want to make room for that too. So whatever happens, whatever you feel like, whatever happens in your heart and your soul and your mind is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. One of my favorite teachers is David Hawkins, because I love the way he talks about the evolution of consciousness. I believe that, for me, he's really clear. I like what he says. And when we look through the lens of one presence and one power, and we are looking through the consciousness of love, joy, peace, and enlightenment, we are looking at the gift of healing by the one Spirit and the gift of working of miracles. We are claiming a state of consciousness. We are claiming a view of God and ourselves that has to do with God is loving, just like the first song we sang. God is one. There's oneness. All being, and God is self. Okay? This is the high level of consciousness that God is self residing in each of us. When we want to specifically heal something that's bothering us, let's just say it is a physical challenge you want to heal, the lovingness that we want to create, we say that here's the condition I want to heal from. Let's just say it's a condition of illness. I no longer believe in illness. I am an infinite being, and I am not subject to that. I am only subject to what I hold in mind. This is really advanced unity teaching. We're really hanging ourselves out here. We're saying that we're not going to believe in the consciousness of illness, and we are going to hold some other thought in our mind. That's really hanging out on the ledge. And the approach to all of that, you just have to do it with releasing guilt. You have to do it with releasing results. You actually, when you consciously go for healing like this, you have to know that it's about soul healing, and it might not look the way you want it to look. If you're the vessel for spirit, and there's one power and one presence, then everything is healing, and everything is oneness, and everything is love. So what I'm going to ask us to do, when I first got to church, I thought, well, I want to create a space. I believe this is a beautiful space. I love to look at the windows, the sun. It's pretty beautiful. It's a friendly space. There's loving people in this room. I added some things that I like to call good smells. Put some essential oils around the room. I don't know if you can smell them, but they're around here. And the salt light, which is supposed to purify the air. And then we're going to add this extra element of our actual hearts and sending out love. And you'll notice that things are going to feel different. So This is an exercise where I'm going to have some people who want to move. I'm going to ask you to stand in a certain place. Now, the first part is there's going to be the giving of love and the receiving of love. It is our job to receive love sometimes and to give love sometimes. And if it's not comfortable for you to move, please remain in your seat. But if it is comfortable for you to move, and your birthday is in January, February, March, April, May, or June, I know I'm so organized. I want you to stand up around the outside. If it's comfortable for you to move and your birthday's January, February, March, April, May, or June, just stand around the outside. And all the rest of you whose birthday is the rest of those months, it's your job right now to receive. Okay? It's your job to receive. This is very important. And all of us who are standing around, we're creating a field of unconditional love, which is quite real and quite powerful. So however you want to center yourself, I like to put my hand on my heart, or you can put both hands out or like this. However you want to stand that feels grounded to you and that you are in touch with the one power and the one presence in your life. And we are sending out, if you want to visualize golden light coming out, a web, creating this beautiful web between us, lifting up these people, these beautiful souls that we are standing around. And you just let your heart say these words. I love you. I love you exactly how you are now. I love the essence of you. I see you as whole. I see you as perfect. I hold you in my heart with love. I hold you in my heart with love. I hold you in my heart with love. And now switch places. The people who are around the room sit down. July, August, September, October, November, December. If that's your birthday and you feel comfortable moving, stand around the room. Create a circle. And this time I'm going to have my healing worship assistant, Zachary. It's just a little rose water he's going to spray. It's not going to be on you, but it's going to be sprayed around you. And if you have any thing that you don't want it to, just go like this when he comes by. He's just going to walk around and spray. So you get a little religious rose experience. Okay, so stand so that you feel that you're grounded, however you want to stand, with your hand on your heart, your hands open, so that you are just feeling your connection with the one power and the one presence. Know that you are now giving, and you are now receiving. It's your job to open your heart and receive. And so as we stand here, we know, I love you. I love you just how you are now. I love the very essence of you. I hold you in my heart with love. I see you so precious. I delight in your essence. I love you. I hold you in my heart. I feel you in my heart, and I feel your love transform me. So let's all sit down. This is what I want to say about, I just want to end with this little bit about miracles. You know, A Course in Miracles is a wonderful spiritual practice. And at the beginning of the book, they have this great, 53 principles of miracles or some number like that. And they're wonderful principles to read, and I wanted to read two to you. Miracles occur naturally as expressions of love. The real miracle is the love that inspires them. In this sense, everything that comes from love is a miracle. All miracles mean life, and God is the giver of life. God's voice will direct you very specifically. You will be told all you need to know. Oh, I love that. I was so happy when I opened the book yesterday to find that, because I keep thinking I have to think of what to do. And the truth is, none of us need to think of anything that we need to do. All we need to do is go to that quiet space and make a little space, and we will be told what to do. How wonderful. One of the best things about unity to me is that we keep hammering, it's your voice. It's God's voice in you. You're the one who can hear the voice. I mean, I might have a theory, and I like to tell Roland what to do all the time. But the truth is, it's in you. It's in you, and my voice is in me. And that is how we're going to heal the world, starting from where we are, starting from the people that we interact with today. And this, I feel like ranting and raving. This is so important. This is so important. I know this, that when we are today realizing this love, that is going to change what happens a million miles away. It's going to change what happens. Let's take an offering for unity.